Greetings, Earlets. It's I, Dr. Von Evildude. And...
It's your old pal GateKeeper.
Indeed. We have 10 new releases to show you. So, up first, from Bemouth Comics, No Holds Barred. When Queen Elizabeth I is kidnapped, only the dramatic duo of William Shakespeare and William Page in their superhero alter egos, the Bard and Page, can save her. Written in iambic pentameter, No Holds Barred is a throwback comedy adventure 400 years in the making.
Thanks, Doc. So, up next we have Dark Horse Comics and their release, Cloaked. 25 years ago, a genuine masked hero came out of nowhere to declare war on crime. All of America celebrated the exploits of the black-clad vigilante as he took down one lawbreaker after another. And then, he disappeared. But when a down-on-his-luck investigator, Jake Stevens, is hired to find the long-missing Dark Avenger, his inquiries threaten to expose the myth behind the mask. Find out more in Cloaked Issue 1, out today.
Thank you. And now on to DC Comics with their release of Batman, One Dark Knight. When a simple GCPD escort goes sideways, Batman finds himself on the wrong end of Gotham City, in the middle of a heatwave, with a supervillain in tow. Follow Batman as he traverses block by block across a pitch-dark Gotham City, whilst dragging a highly difficult EMP to his permanent home at Blackgate Prison. The dark corners of Gotham City contain many surprises, and EMP plans to deliver many more shocks before the night is through.
Thanks, Doc. And now moving on to Marvel Comics, with the first of their 6 new releases this week, we have Avengers Forever, an all-new series starring the Avengers of the multiverse. It begins with a quest for cosmic vengeance. Ghost Rider finds himself roaring through the wastelands of a ruined Earth, where the great age of heroes never came to be, where hope is a 4-letter word, and where his only ally in the coming battle against the greatest villains any universe has ever seen is the world's most wanted archaeologist, Tony Stark, the invincible Ant-Man. Spinning out of the cataclysmic events of Avengers 750 and operating in the lockstep with the Prime Avengers series, this next great Avengers saga begins here as the mightiest heroes of every Earth begin to assemble. Up next, we have a Darkhold tie-in. It's Darkhold Spider-Man. The spider trapped in a web of his own making. After reading from the ancient Darkhold, Spider-Man was meant to gain the power to enter the dreaded Chiffon's dimension and stop him from spreading his mystic darkness across the globe. Instead, the book drove him insane. But what does this mean for the Stuart Peter Parker? Dive into a warped world of Spider-Man's broken mind with this new release in store now. Up next, we have King Conan. Conan's last stand at the edge of the world. Return to the saga of Conan in an all-new adventure that takes the story of the Crimean further than he has ever been revealed in any media to date. When King Conan grows restless on the throne, he sails west, towards land and adventure unknown. Now, see the first steps of King Conan's fateful journey as an old and terrible danger threatens to end the saga of the Crimean once and for all. Don't dare miss this first issue of an adventure of a lifetime. Moving along, we have Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit. While on a break visiting her cousins in Chicago, Kamala Khan stumbles upon a robbery at a university physics lab, and maybe sets off an explosion of interdimensional proportions in the process. Still, nothing she can't handle, or so she thinks, until she gets home and finds her world is turned upside down and into a Bollywood set. Why is everyone she knows singing, and how can she make it stop? And our penultimate new release from Marvel is The Last Avengers Story, Marvel Tales. Visit the final days of Earth's mightiest heroes as we celebrate the legacy of the House of Ideas with Marvel Tales. This anthology series shines a spotlight on fan-favourite characters featuring timeless stories and highlights some of Marvel's most impressive talent from the past 8 decades. There are a few remaining Avengers: Hawkeye, the Blind Archer, the Wasp, pint-sized dynamo cursed with an incurable shrinking disease, Cannonball, the mutant X-Man, and former Ant-Man Giant-Man Hank Pym. They're not the strongest, but they're the only hope in the final battle against the greatest enemies of mankind. They are the last Avengers, and united they will fall. In the shocking tale from the Last Avengers Story 1 and 2, fan-favourite writer Peter David presents a dark vision of the future, stunningly realised in the painted artwork of Ariel Olivetti. And our final new release from Marvel is Wastelander's Hawkeye. Deadly accurate, witness the never-before-told story of Hawkeye's training with Stick, the man formerly known as Daredevil. Clint Barton's sight may be gone, but his will to avenge is stronger than ever, and with training and expert guidance of Matt Murdock, arrows will fly again. But what is Murdock's actual target, and how will this change Hawkeye's path in the Wastelands? This is one issue you can't afford to miss.
And our final new release this week from Southpoint Press is Second Place. This is a mockumentary comic about bodybuilding aliens and life choices. This send-up of the comic genre, inspired by Christopher Guest movies, begs to ask the question, who really comes in second place? Oh well, Earthlets, that's it. The final comics of the year. I hope you enjoyed mine and Gatekeeper's little videos, and hopefully we'll continue to do them into the new year. So, from myself and Gatekeeper, I hope however you celebrate the holidays, you have a good one. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, follow us at Comics-616 across all social medias. And so, until next year...
Bye everyone!